Citi News.
.3 Citi FM, you're welcome to another edition of the Citi Prime News. We're broadcasting live from our studio in Accra. This afternoon, as the NPP heads to the polls on Saturday, we spotlight 2024 candidate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as he seeks to lead the party once again.
Have confidence in me. It is not the money in your pocket that will allow you to transform Ghana. It's the ideas in your head that will allow you to transform Ghana.
Meanwhile, contrasting projections as two separate polls predict different winners ahead of that election.
Bawumia would win this Saturday election one touch.
Kennedy securing between 80,000 to 95,000 within 7 regions.
Also in this edition of the Citi Prime News, police arrest 7 suspects in Tamale Buipe Highway robbery involving Upper East Regional Representative on the Council of State.
The victim was traveling along the Tamale Buipe Highway when he was attacked by 6 armed men who robbed him of personal belongings, including mobile phones, some cash, wristwatches, reading glasses, a laptop, and other items.
And later, pressure mounts on Director General of Ghana Tertiary Education Commission as KNUST branch of UTAG joins in calls for his resignation.
It's the Commission responsibility to ensuring that this criteria is met in the public universities. However, they have reneged on that responsibility. They have failed woefully.
All that and more coming up in this edition of the Citi Prime News, which is also live in the Western region on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrady. The news is also live in the Bono region on J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange FM 107.9 FM in Kumasi, and the Volta region, we're on Global 105.1 FM in Hope and Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakulubaya.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
I am Charles Ozukumi, and we're just 2 days to that NPP presidential election. Let's start with that. Well, the New Patriotic Party is set to hold its presidential primary on Saturday as delegates across the country prepare to elect a flag bearer to lead the party into the next general election. The Citi News Desk report highlights 2 separate polls predicting different winners ahead of that primary.
On Saturday, January 31, the New Patriotic Party will elect a new flag bearer to lead the party into the 2028 general elections. The stakes are high. 2 leading contenders from the previous primary are set to clash once again, renewing a rivalry that has kept the party's rank and file and its base on the edge. This year's contest features 5 candidates: a former vice president, 2 former cabinet ministers, a former general secretary of the party, and a former member of parliament. Voting will take place across 276 constituencies nationwide, including the party's headquarters, where the eventual winner will be officially outdoored. The campaign has been marked by intense rhetorics, community engagements, a battle for media dominance, and even a war of words, with some self-acclaimed pastors issuing prophecies in support of their preferred candidates. The polls too have weighed in. Musa Dankwa, Executive Director of Global Info Analytics, renowned for his near-accurate prediction of the 2024 general election, is projecting a 57% victory for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Bawumia would win this Saturday election one touch.
One touch.
We are saying that based on our model, his lowest score will be 54%, which is the 57% that we gave him minus 3% margin of error, or he would get 57 plus 3. That is maximum 60%.
Meanwhile, Dr. Evans Dia, a pollster and an economic researcher, is predicting a first-round victory for Kennedy Ejapon. According to him, Even his model for his worst-case scenario suggests a runoff with Kennedy Japan still in the lead.
Kennedy securing between 80,000 to 95,000 within 7 regions. The moment he secures that, he has already cemented himself in a position of 45% already. And that automatically annuls a lot of these predictions, putting him below that 37%. Everything that I'm saying is purely based on the data.
Wonderful. So for you, Kennedy is likely to win.
Yes.
If there's going to be a second round, he will still be in the lead from the first round.
Yes.
My colleague Jude Duncan of the Citi Newsroom with that report. Now let's focus on the candidates. We start with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who the polls say is one of the front runners of this election. Calls for unity, accountability, and a renewed focus on grassroots welfare have featured prominently in the campaign for the new patriotic party flag bearer. Hopeful Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the party prepares to elect its presidential candidate on Saturday. Well, in this report, my colleague Hansen Ajiman profiles Dr. Bawumia.
Against the backdrop of the NPP's defeat in the 2024 general elections, Dr. Bawumia has spent recent months engaging party members across the country, urging them to reflect on the party's setback and rally around a shared vision for renewal. At meetings nationwide, he warned that persistent internal divisions could further weaken the party if left unresolved, stressing that rebuilding will require unity, collective responsibility, and improved organization. Grassroots welfare featured prominently in his engagements, addressing constituency executives, polling station officers, electoral area coordinators, and party activists. Dr. Bawumia outlined proposals aimed at recognizing the efforts of party workers and strengthening engagement at the constituency level. He called for more regular interaction between national leadership and grassroots members, describing it as critical to restoring confidence and motivation within the party's base.
I
want to organize our records, which is why I call it a database welfare system for the party. Under this system, every member's name and key information will be captured in a database. That database will guide our work and help us support party members effectively. While we look out for all Ghanaians when we come into power, we will also ensure the welfare of our party members.
Dr. Bawumia also highlighted his long-standing involvement in the NPP, tracing his journey from 2008 through the party's years in opposition to his tenure as vice president from 2017 to 2025. He cited initiatives such as the Ghana Card, mobile money interoperability, and the Zipline medical drone delivery program as part of his record in public office, stressing that effective leadership is driven by impactful ideas rather than personal wealth.
What I want to say to you is that have confidence in me. It is not the money in your pocket that will allow you to transform Ghana. It's the ideas in your head that will allow you to transform Ghana.
Across several regions, party executives, members of parliaments, grassroots organizers, and former party officials have publicly endorsed this message, describing it as timely and reflective of the party's current needs as it prepares for its internal contest on Saturday.
Hansen Ajiman of the Citi Newsroom filed that report. Away from Dr. Bawumia, another flag bearer aspirant, Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum, believes he remains the only unifier capable of bringing all members of the NPP together. He has appealed to delegates to vote for him as he touts his credentials of rolling out policies aimed at poverty reduction and eradication.
Nobody's going to say because of what he said and how he insulted my leader, the person that I loved and voted for, I'm not going to follow him. So that is something good that I will assure you that we'll have a unified party going into the 2028 election. To my brothers and sisters, working people of Ghana, I believe that our nation must ensure that workers have livable wages. Livable wages are wages that take care of you and your family. You're able to take care of your family, pay fees and other things, and be able down the line to own a car, own a home. That is what happens in most countries that are emerging out of poverty. So livable wages is something that we need to work on as a nation. And I'm going to champion it, and I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do. Ghanaians must prosper, and we need to increase productivity for the prosperity to happen. But there can be no increase in productivity without providing you the avenue and opportunity to be trained and to train yourself well, giving you vouchers so that you can gain skills. 21st century skills in the IT field, for example, is something that my government will pursue. Workers will be given the opportunity to train themselves well so that they can advance themselves and add value.
You heard Dr. Yao Osei-Duchum. He is a flag bearer hopeful for the new Patriotic Party. Well, let's stay with that NPP upcoming primary. The leadership of the party in the central region is hopeful of a peaceful process ahead of Saturday. The leadership is calling on the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police Service to remain steadfast and ensure that election guidelines are strictly adhered to. The party's second deputy regional chairman, Dr. Michael Mensah, spoke to Citi News.
We don't determine whether it will be peaceful or not. It has to be peaceful because Ghanaians are looking up to the NPP, and we must, exhibit some level of maturity. But I must say this, that none of the executives, both at the regional level, constituency level, and national level, have shown neutrality. Yes, as I speak to you, myself, I'm not neutral. And so everybody has vested interest. And that is why the police and the Electoral Commission must take charge of the process. Situations where former ministers would be in their constituencies and purport to control the system, it will bring chaos. So the warning is that it is a matter of internal election. Everybody has interest. So this is not a time of former MP, I'm an MP, former minister. No. Obianyobia. Everybody has one vote.
Dr. Michael Mensah has also condemned an alleged attack on some party members in the Wutusina East constituency who have openly declared support for Dr. Brian Champong.
Those actions of impunity is what has brought us to this level, right? People still have the belief that they are more powerful than the party. And that's so wrong. And that is something that we gloss over, and it has turned into some kind of monstrous cancer within our body politics and within MPP. I must say it as it is. How on earth would somebody feel that another fellow who is also a delegate, just like you, is not supporting your candidate, and so you organize tasks for them to be beaten? It's unheard of. It's so uncivilized. You understand? Because at the end of the day, we have to come together and work. What it means is that if I can mishandle you, physically, verbally, or whatever, whichever way, and I will go unpunished, it means that we are telling the world and telling the delegate that one person is more special than the other, then go and do the work alone. That's what has brought us this far. So the incident that happened is so unfortunate.
That was Dr. Michael Mensah, the second deputy central regional chairman of the new Patriotic Party. Now, in more NPP election news, Adansia Square constituency chairman of the party, Kwame Owusu, has urged delegates to uphold peace and unity before, during, and after the party's presidential primary. He assured delegates that the Electoral Commission, together with agents of the presidential aspirant, has completed all necessary verifications and checks.
MPP, The new Patriotic Party, NPP, will on Saturday vote to elect its presidential candidate. Delegates have been urged to conduct themselves in a decorous manner, while the Electoral Commission says all preparations for the process are complete. A total of 540 delegates in Adanse Asokwa are expected to cast their ballots. Party leadership is also calling on aspirants and delegates to ensure calm and unity prevail within the party after the election.
ready now. Come a catcher as parents and party executive I say, no, I abought soon in your someone. Then Pennyforce will track at Matori and
that was the Adansia Square constituency chairman for the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Owusu. Meanwhile, Election Board Ghana has raised concerns over what it describes as unprecedented vote buying ahead of that January 31 NPP election. Speaking to Citi News, one of the conveners, Jude Balmer, warned that the integrity of the country's democratic process will be under threat if nothing is done about this.
They are going to spend between 150 million Ghana cedis to 200 million Ghana cedis when it comes to vote buying. These are not just speculations. These are not just allegations. The Electoral Commission also have a specific toll-free number to report vote buying. We got hold of that number and we are giving it to these delegates to call the EC and report directly to the EC. Because as a CSO, that's what we can do. We can't do anything beyond that. So it's not speculations or allegations. 24 hours in politics is more than 100 years in normal day corporate life. And if the Electoral Commission want to take a step, I know by now they have received some calls. And it's their duty to just come up and see how best they can solve the issue. They have from now till tomorrow evening and even the day of the elections to be able to put in place measures, not to eliminate it, but to minimize it to its minimum level, so that others will feel there will be an equal level playing grounds for everybody to participate in these elections. We cannot do much, but we believe if the calls goes to the EC and the Electoral Commission takes an action from now till the day of the elections, a lot can be done.
You heard the voice of Jude Balmer. He is a convener for Election Watch Ghana. Make sure to join Citi FM and Channel One TV for the best coverage of that NPP presidential election coming up this Saturday. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Broadcasting from our studio here in Accra. In the northern region, the news is live on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. In the upper west region, we're on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura and Pupili 92.7 FM in Wa. In the upper east region, we're on Source 100.51 FM in Bokum and Pure 100.5 FM in Navrongo. In the northeast region, we're on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nyankpanduri. Still ahead in the bulletin, police arrest 7 suspects in Tamale Buipe Highway robbery involving Upper East Regional Representative on the Council of State. We have details in a bit. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, and Didi Shito, and it's supported by Nanes Rice. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest to own policy and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294, 055-588-2294, and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Charles Osukumi. Let's now head to the police headquarters, where police say they have arrested 7 suspects in a highway robbery which occurred last year along the Tamale-Bupe Highway, involving the Upper East Regional Representative on the Council of State. The suspects were arrested on 11 January 2026. Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department, COP Lydia Yakodonko, in a briefing at the police headquarters, explained that investigations are still ongoing.
Following intelligence gathered by the CID, a team from the anti-armed robbery unit was dispatched to Salaga in the Savannah region. This operation led to the arrest of Rashida Yusuf, who was found in possession of an iPhone 7 Plus belonging to one of the victims. The phone was retrieved. Further investigations led officers to a mobile phone shop located at Dagomba Line in Salaga. The shop attendant Aaron Abana Baswifanga was arrested, and he disclosed that the phone had been brought to the shop by his uncle Wilson Abasong, an environmental officer, and the shop's owner who resides in Tamale. Suspect Wilson Abasong was subsequently arrested in Tamale. During interrogation, suspect Wilson Abasong stated that he purchased the phone from a phone repairer, Muntaru Idrisu, also known as Virgin, for 1,000 Ghana cedis.
COP Lydia Yakodonko also announced the arrest of 5 suspects in connection with another robbery attack at Nkase in the Ahafo region following sustained intelligence.
The suspects, together with other accomplices armed with weapons, blocked the Goso Tepa Road and simultaneously attacked the Nkase police station, a Jumapa Cocoa Buying Company, Kobe Gold Buying Company, and the Esutifi Rural Bank area at Nkase. During the attack, the assailants made away with 2 AK-47 service rifles. They also stole cash amounts from the bank, 14,000 Ghana cedis from the Cocoa Buying Company, and 12,000 Ghana cedis from the Gold Buying Company. During the robbery, the attackers shot and injured an employee of the Ejumapa Cocoa Buying Company. Following sustained intelligence gathering and forensic investigations, the anti-armed robbery units arrested Muta Kofi, age 35, a commercial tricycle rider, on 16 January 2026 at a location known as Atane Ata near Nkase, and he admitted his involvement.
The police have therefore advised the public to uphold personal safety and desist from sharing sensitive information with strangers.
We urge all and sundry to remain vigilant against cyber crimes and crimes perpetrated online. Exercise due caution on digital and social media platforms. Avoid sharing personal or financial information with unknown individuals, and be wary of unsolicited messages or calls requesting sensitive details. Motorists are also advised, and especially those involved in vehicle sales, and they are also encouraged to stay alert at all times, especially when driving at night or in isolated areas, and also when people approach vehicle sellers with the aim of buying vehicles. You need to be wary of such supposed buyers. Ensure that vehicles are properly secured, avoid picking up unknown individuals, and be cautious when stopping for distress signals that may be staged.
You heard the voice of the Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department, COP Lydia Yakodonko. Now, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology branch of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has joined calls for the removal of the Director General and Deputy Director General of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, Professor Ahmed Jinapo and Professor Augustine Okru. According to UTAC KNUST, the commission has become a tool for personal vindictiveness and has failed to improve standards in Ghana's public universities. Speaking to Citi News, President of UTAC KNUST, Professor Eric Abavari, outlines several challenges associated with the current GTEC leadership, noting that these failures have left university management helpless.
It's the Commission's responsibility to ensuring that this criteria is met in the public universities. However, they have reneged on that responsibility. They have to advise the Minister of Education about the plight of the university because they don't have lecturers to teaching the students against the growing number of student numbers. That is one. They have failed woefully. Let me give you a classical example. They cite that if you come to College of Social Science and Humanities, one lecturer should be handling 27 students. But if you go there, it's one lecturer, 97 students. That's more than 4 times. In short, this constitutes almost about 33%. And so 33% of the lecturers are doing the 100% people's work, and that is creating a lot of anxiety.
You heard President of UTAC KNUST, Professor Eric Abavari. Now, economist Professor Godford Bokpin has cautioned the Bank of Ghana to be measured in deploying the country's gold reserves to support the economy and stabilize the city. His comments come after Governor Dr. Johnson Asiama explained that gold holdings declined from about 37 tons in September to roughly 19 tons by the end of 2025, attributing the drop to the central bank's portfolio rebalancing. Speaking to Citi News, Professor Bokpin stressed the need for prudence to safeguard reserve buffers.
I think what is also important is that it may be necessary at one point for Bank of Ghana to even hedge the gold, because gold price may fall one day and all your gold holdings, you get a point. Your gold holdings, if you market to market, it may not amount to much. But it's possible that, yes, they can rebalance their portfolio from it being gold to maybe gold or to maybe FX, because the gold price is very high and all of that. But here we need to exercise caution that we must be moderate in how we use our reserves. The fact that we have reserves necessary doesn't mean we should use it aggressively to prop up the value of the city. If the city became strong, not as a result of transformation in the economy, but simply because of intervention, intervention and then other market operations, then you know that sustaining it is going to be very, very difficult.
Professor Godford Bokpin is an economist. Now, the World University Service of Canada has stressed its commitment to the development of young people through its Accelerating Change Through Innovation in Agricultural TVET Activate program. The country director of the World University Service of Canada, Apia Uafe Adofo, notes that the organization has trained more than 17,000 young people across the country. She spoke to the media after donating tools and equipment to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Ghana TVET Service and some agricultural institutions.
Actually trained 17 on things like curriculum reform. We've supported the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to be able to align the curriculum along the National TVET Qualifications Framework, which really goes a long way in ensuring that a young person is able to enter into training opportunities with no limited barriers. Some of the challenges that we were trying to address is the fact that there are not enough training providers doing agriculture programming in Ghana. And so we've been working with our partner SC Ghana to equip hubs around the nation to be intermediaries, to be able to provide training in informal capacity, but also still providing certification. So the ultimate goal is that a young person gets quality skills, industry relevant skills, and those are...
Well, that was the country director of World University Service of Canada, Apia Riafe Adofo. That will be all for this edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studio here in Accra. For more news, please log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3. Accra.